I remember the day I walked into the guidance counselor's office, a place that loomed large in the mythology of my high school experience. It was a rite of passage, a necessary pit stop in the chaotic race to adulthood. I had no clue what to expect, but I was armed with a vague sense of dread and a few half-baked ideas about my future. I mean, who doesn't love a good existential crisis served with a side of awkward small talk? As I stepped through the door, the first thing that hit me was the smell. Imagine a mix of stale coffee, old paper, and the faint scent of desperation. I half expected to see a sign that read, "Welcome to the land of unfulfilled dreams." The walls were plastered with motivational posters that felt like they were mocking me. "Believe in yourself," one proclaimed, while another suggested, "Your future is bright." I couldn't help but think, yeah, if by bright you mean a dimly lit room filled with uncertainty. The counselor, Mrs. Thompson, sat behind her desk, which was cluttered with an impressive array of papers, sticky notes, and what looked like the remains of a lunch that had gone rogue. She had the kind of smile that could only be achieved through years of practice, a sort of, "I'm here to help you, whether you like it or not," grin. I took a seat, and as I did, I felt like I was being summoned to the principal's office for a crime I hadn't committed yet. "So what do you want to do after high school?" she asked, her voice dripping with enthusiasm. I swear I could see the sparkles in her eyes, like she was genuinely excited to be my life coach. I opened my mouth, ready to unleash the glorious, well-thought-out plan I had concocted over the years. But all that came out was, I don't know, maybe something. She nodded, as if I had just revealed the meaning of life. Something. That's a great start. I could see her scribbling down notes, probably writing incredibly ambitious student or future president of the world. I wanted to clarify that my something was more like anything that doesn't involve math, but I didn't have the heart to burst her bubble. Then came the personality tests. Oh, the personality tests. They were like a series of riddles designed to uncover the deepest, darkest secrets of my soul. "If you were an animal, what would you be?" Mrs. Thompson asked, her eyes gleaming with anticipation. I panicked. A sloth?" I replied, thinking about how I could really get behind the whole hanging out in trees all day lifestyle. She jotted something down, probably noting my laid-back approach to life. After what felt like an eternity of questions, she leaned back in her chair, looking as if she had just cracked the code to the universe. "You know, I think you'd really thrive in a creative field." Creative field? My mind raced. Was that code for "you're not cut out for anything else"? I couldn't help but picture myself as an artist, living in a tiny studio, surrounded by canvases and the smell of paint, while my bank account dwindled to nothing. "What do you think about graphic design?" she continued, her enthusiasm unwavering. I nodded, trying to look like I was considering a life-changing decision rather than just trying to avoid a future in accounting. As the meeting wrapped up, she handed me a pamphlet that looked like it had been printed in the 80s. "Here's some information on local colleges," she chirped. I took it, feeling like I was holding a treasure map to a land I had no desire to explore. I left her office that day with more questions than answers, but at least I had a newfound appreciation for sloths. Who knew that meeting with a guidance counselor could be so enlightening?